we go, Jeebus. Alrighty, you are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff-bound New York Giants will be taking on the 0-16 Arizona Cardinals. And why are the Arizona Cardinals 0-16? Because they suck. That never gets old. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all that's going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. For anybody who's going to spend any time watching a replay of this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight. Shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free. Fire away. Throw in the chat box. I usually try to check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes or so. So as soon as I see something in there, I try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free. Fire away. Plus also, instead of me just rambling on for half an hour, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, all by myself, it's nice to talk to another Giant fan. So please feel free, fire away. Before we get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box below, I got the top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon. Second one's called the Lawrence Taylor. And the third membership level I got is called the Gridiron. Each one has their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel, I thank you in advance. It would mean so much to me. Thank you. If you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. I can use all the support I can get, guys. But if not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. Next time I go live or I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge, whatever you get to lose, right? But if you are notified, thank you. And then finally, also in the description box below, there's 2 Facebook links. The top one takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. Basically, I say this in every video, right? My YouTube channel, my Facebook group, and my Facebook page, which I'll go over in just a minute, it's all called the same thing. I dumb it down for moron like me. It's all called this New York Giants, the Gridiron. That way I don't gotta, what's my YouTube channel called? Is my Facebook page called something different than my Facebook? It's all called the same thing. It makes it nice and easy for a moron like me, right? So in the group, we just hit the 6,000 member mark. I believe it was yesterday or was it Sunday? We're at 6,000 members and we're growing steadily, doing really, really good. Basically what it is, once I get done going live here, I'll probably spend the next couple of hours. I put stuff in the group here and in the page, right? I said, once again, which I'll go over in just a minute. Now, once the season starts, like it has right now, we're already unbelievable. We're already heading into the second week of the season. Freaking amazing. But, I try to get like at least 20 things, 15, 20 different things in the group and in the page every day, and it's not too hard because there's so much stuff out there, whether it's sharing an article or, maybe putting a video in there or a post or a picture or just something showing maybe some stats on a ball player, something making fun of the Eagles or the Cowboys, which are my personal favorites, right? And, not only do I put stuff in here, but the members post stuff in here as well. So between me and the members every day, right, if I got internet access and I'm alive and breathing, darn near almost 365, almost every day of the year, there's stuff going in the group here and in the page. So the second Facebook link takes you to my page, right? I'm the administrator in there, so I'm the only one that winds up posting anything in there. But it's the same thing. Once I get done going live, I'll spend the next couple hours putting stuff in the group and in the page. And it's the same thing. I'll probably close to 15, 20. Now the season's upon us. There's so much stuff to post in there. And, it's probably close to about 20 different things every day going in the page, right? And I don't commingle the stuff, right? I don't mix the stuff up. So basically, all the stuff that I put in the page, I don't put in the group. Whatever I put in the group, I don't put in the page. I just try to keep them separate. So if you go to the page and you like it, you follow it, right? You go to the group and you become a member. Darn near almost 365 days a year. It is a boatload of Giants information every day. But you can't make everybody happy, right? So I got my money back guarantee, right? You go to the page and you like and follow the page, and you go to the group and you become a member if you're not 100% satisfied. You get your money back guaranteed. All right, all that stuff said and done and out of the way with. Well, yeah, it wasn't, good old, oh boy, PFF. Let me tell you, they don't have any. Well, understandably so. Right? Have much love here for their grades that they gave out for the Giants after the week one Dallas debacle. The issue was the Detroit debacle because we lost. We got a rear end handed to us. Not quite. I mean, against Detroit, we only lost by 13. So we didn't lose by 40. But we of course, that game we got in. We had Adoree Jackson got injured. Wan'Dale Robinson got injured this week, and we had Graham Gano get his foot. The same play, we might lose 2 guys. I mean, Graham Gano getting his foot stepped on, and then of course Andrew Thomas running after the block punt because Joshua Zudu didn't want to blocking anybody. Jeez, unbelievable. But so I mean, so the grades we got here. Now, I mean, let's see here. Can I click on Joshua Zudu here? Okay, Joshua Zudu. Let's see here. Offense. What did he grade out? Did they have special teams here? There we go, special teams. What did he grade on special teams? Yeah, he graded it. They gave him a 60 on special teams. He missed a block. Yeah, and he still got, okay. All right, well, he was on the field goal kicking team. Of course, we only kicked 2 field goals. So, but interestingly enough, he got a decent. Can't say on these special teams, but on the offense, he got a decent grade. Now, if we can go back here, Joshua Zudu, unbelievably, he played grand total 14 snaps. I mean, let's see. Hold on here, because they got him at guard. But I mean, special teams, passing, schedule. Wait, hold on here. Offense. Oh wait, hold on. They got to have snaps by position. Where are we at here? Let's see here, because they got 14 on the offensive line. They're not telling me. Offensive blocking, pass from. Now they're not telling me. Okay, got him at left tackle. He played at left tackle because they also had him put him in a guard too. I don't know. So he played 14 snaps at left tackle because, of course, Andrew Thomas got the hamstring. Then of course Matt Parrott wound up hurting himself, right? So then they had to put Joshua Zudu in there. Right. So at left tackle, he played in 14 snaps. 12 of them were pass, 2 were run blocking. Okay. But hey, I mean, once again, this is, it's like everything, right? It's overreaction Monday. We lose 312,000-0 to the Cowboys. We all want the whole coaching staff to get fired. Let's burn down MetLife Stadium. Let's build a new stadium. Get rid of everybody on the team. Let the Maras sell it and everything. Let's start all over again. We stink. We're the worst team of all time. Little overreaction Monday, of course. So, but the same thing with this. Just a small sample size. However, right? According to PFF, so I'm going by. He graded him out at 75.8 overall. His pass blocking grade was a 77.1. So I mean, he did. The small sample size, 14 snaps. He did pretty well. His run blocking was a 68.1. Let's see here. Now, the thing is with him, okay, they drafted him pretty much to be a guard. Hopefully, and once again, you draft a guy in the 3rd round, kind of like as a guard. You certainly have visions in your head of this guy being a starter. Maybe not the first year or something like that, but as Paul Dottino, a lot of guys say this too. I think Shane and all of that say usually the 3rd year, that's the determining factor. The 3rd year, that kind of really lets you know how the guy is. Some guys step right in. right off the bat, and they just take off like Micah Parsons. I mean, the guy was a phenom ever since he stepped on the field, right? But some guys take a little bit of time. So you kind of hoping, this year hopefully maybe gets a little bit better, but hopefully by the third year, that'll be the determinant factor. Now, hopefully they got visions of his, and maybe they let Glowinski go, maybe they'll slide, Zudu maybe in at right guard. Who knows? But I mean, with Zudu, he played many positions at North Carolina. Now, his final season there is 2021. He played left tackle and left guard. And actually, from what I read, he played left guard and left tackle on the same drive a couple of times. Like, one plays left guard, whatever, I don't know. Then maybe they went to a jumbo package or something. I'm not sure. Then they kicked him out to tackle or whatever. I don't know exactly what the circumstances was. But what I read, he was in different positions on the offensive line in the same drive. So versatility there. Now, that's his senior season. He played left guard and left tackle. Okay, here we go. In his junior season, he played left guard, left tackle, and right tackle. Both tackle spots. He played, let's see here. Okay. Week 7 against Florida State, he was the left guard. Week 8 against North Carolina State, he was the left tackle. Week 9 against Virginia, he was the right tackle. 3 weeks, 3 different positions. Virginia, he didn't do 2, according to PFF. That's all I'm going by. He didn't do 2 right tackle, but the following week, week 10 against Duke, he graded out of 60. Once again, I'm just going by PFF here. Against Duke, he graded out of 68.2 at right tackle. So, 3 weeks in a row, 3 different positions on the line. Versatility is huge. 2019, right tackle, left guard. Same thing. Same. It just shows you his versatility. Week 3 against Wake Forest, he was the right tackle. Week 4 against Appalachian State, he was the left tackle. Week 5 against Clemson, he was the left guard. He played majority of the time at left guard. Most of his time does seem to be at the left guard position. I don't see right guard at all. Yeah. And then his freshman season in 2018, he played in 27 snaps. They were all left tackle. But so basically, he's played right tackle, left tackle, and left guard at college. Right. So that's why for a lot of times we have him at left guard. And he kicked him out to left tackle when Parrott and Thomas got injured. Right. But it's interesting because on the depth chart, let's see here. He was the backup. Oh, and now they got him. Okay, now they have him. Does seem like they switched him. He's the backup left guard now. Okay, I thought they had him before the backup right guard, but Zudu's got some definite, some versatility to him. So we'll have to wait and see. Because some of this stuff just cracks me up. But because actually, I guess in a sad way, it's not funny. But our left tackles are Andrew Thomas and Matt Parrott. They're both got injured now. We once again we're not sure what's going on with Andrew Thomas, right? If he's going to be able to play this Sunday or not. Matt Parrott, he's on. The injury report will come out, I believe, tomorrow. So we're not sure there, right? So we got right now we got Evan Neal, Andrew Thomas, and Matt Parrott. We got 3 guys on the 53 as tackles. 2 of them are injured. And if you go to the practice squad, right? I'm looking here. We got Jalen Mayfield, who's like an offensive guard, and then Jalen Thomas, who's an offensive guard. But like nobody's listed as like a tackle. So, Well, Mayfield looks like he could be possibly a guard and a tackle. Big guy, 6'6", 320, right? 3 years of experience. I mean, yeah, but I mean, is that somebody you want to put in there? I mean, geez. So, I mean, possibility. I mean, if Parrott's injured and it's going to try to give Thomas some time off, maybe a week or so, whatever, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe Azudu might be starting. He might be in there at left tackle. Have to wait and see. But I mean, regardless, I mean, even if they're going to give Thomas off, I mean, we're going to have to call somebody up from the practice squad because we're running out of offensive linemen. I mean, geez, it's just crazy. All right, let's see here. Whoops, where are we at here? All right. Gary Brightwell, he played in 11 snaps. He graded out of 69.2 overall. Saquon Barkley played in 45 snaps. He actually he had the highest pass blocking grade of any Giant, 83. He was in it for five, but he did a good job. That was one of his little little issues he had. Obviously the dude can run. The dude's a freak of nature. The man can catch and all, but his one issue was always trying to pick up the maybe the blitz. And so at least this game anyway. I mean, one of the few things that actually went right, Saquon did well. He was an 83 on pass blocking, but he graded out of 68.5 overall. Darren Waller graded out of 64. Andrew Thomas was in there for 53 snaps. He graded out of 62.1. Now, of course, it's hard to if you got something wrong with your hamstring, and of course, let's see, where was it? He was in there for 34 pass blocking snaps. So I mean, and you're trying to anything on your lower body, and you're trying to pass block. I mean, good luck, especially against a team like the Cowboys. Whew, wow. Matt Parrott was in there for 4 snaps. Poor guy. I mean, he's always getting injured. It's a shame. He graded is 61.9. His pass blocking, I mean, once again, he was only in there for 3 pass blocking snaps, so very small sample size, but his pass block was a 77.4. But his problem, somebody called him soft. I can't remember who it was, but somebody, was, I think it's his attitude. Maybe also his attitude, because he doesn't have that fire, you know what I mean? That, the fiery demeanor you need to be an offense, which helps to be an offensive lineman, and also because he seems to get injured a lot. But so he was in there for 4 snaps and he got injured. Like Aaron Rodgers, right? He did 4 snaps and now, boom, he's out for the whole season. Unbelievable. Ben Bredesen graded out as 59.8. So it was like, the left side was not that horrible. I mean, it was horrible, but it wasn't that horrible until we get to the right side. Whew, okay. Tyrod Taylor came in for 3 snaps at 58.6. 2 for 2 passing. Right. Lawrence Cager was in there for 20 snaps, graded out of 56.6. Daniel Bellinger, 44 snaps, graded out of 54.8. Sterling Shepard, all right, he's on the field. He was in it for 14 snaps. He graded out of 54.6. Darius Slayton was in there for 47 snaps. He graded out of 54.5. Isaiah Hodgins, 42 snaps, 48.7. He's got to learn to hold on to the football. Matt Breida was in there for 16 snaps. He graded out of 48.4. Evan Neal, here we go. He was in there for, I guess, every snap. Let's see here. Glowinski, Michael Schmitz, Evan Neal, and Bredesen. Basically, the left guard, the center, the right guard, and the right tackle. All 70 snaps those guys were. So Evan Neal graded out of 46.8. Pass blocking was at 25.7. Run blocking, 78.1. Now, it's just such a shame is that, we weren't able to get that, but you even figure, right? I mean, is that we're down 16-0. I know it's 16-0. It was like what, 4 seconds into the game, we're down 16-0. And somehow it was like 4 seconds into the game. It wasn't 16-0, 2 touchdowns. No, that was 3 scores. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I don't know. I mean, of course, that's why, I'm not calling plays and I'm not a coach and this, that. I know I never will be. But I don't know. We were just down 16-0. See, I don't know. We just weren't able to, I guess, try to establish the run or try to work on the run a little bit more, try to wear the Cowboys down a little bit because, you start beating on them. Now, the one thing is, okay, they got a nice rotation. They had like a couple, they got their first 4, right? And then maybe, they get in there for a few snaps or whatever it is, and they can send those guys off and bring a fresh new 4 guys in. So, it is a little difficult to beat up on them and wear them down at all. But, like Micah Parsons and Van Der Esch and, maybe start beating up on some of those guys. It was hard to, we weren't able to maybe get try to get the run going more. In the first drive, some of it was all, Daniel Jones. We had a couple runs in there, but some of it was Daniel Jones drop back to pass. Then, of course, like this happens, he drops back to pass, and within half a second, Micah Parsons is about 17 yards into the backfield, So the one is if you get the edge rushers flying up here, now you have a couple alleys there. So Daniel Jones took advantage of that on a few of the snaps, took off and ran, got some yardage, plus also that big that late hit when he was sliding down, and I don't remember who's the one that took the shot at him at the end. He was sliding down. The guy came in late. Dable was all over, man. Dable was all like, I thought he was going to go on the field and make a tackle or something. He was fired up, boy. You seen him? The whatever that was, 5, 6, 7 plays into the game. He was all fired up after they threw the flag on Daniel Jones when he got injured. But it was a shame we weren't able to try to maybe, get it just seemed, I don't know. Seemed also, well, I wish we could have maybe tried to get the run going a little bit more. Because what we were doing, wasn't working. It's like, what do they say? You keep doing the same thing over and over, and you expect a different result. It's like insanity, right? That's the meaning of insanity? What's that? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to punch myself in the head, okay? And it hurts. Oh, yeah, it hurts. And I'm going to do it. It hurts. And it does. Oh, it hurts. Why? One of these times I'm going to punch myself in the head. It's not going to hurt. Yeah. It's like we just keep doing the same. He drops back to pass. The whole defensive line is in the backfield, rushing. It's like, so what do we think is going to happen the next time? We snap the ball back. Daniel Jones drops back to pass. The whole defense. Just over and over. We didn't. That was our answer, I guess. Wow. All right. So Evan graded at a 46.8. Jalen Hyatt, he graded at a 45.9. Yeah, he was in there for 25 snaps. Paris Campbell was in there for 47 snaps, graded out of 43.8. This is all according to PFF. That's all I'm going by. John Michael Schmitz, he was in there for all 70 snaps, graded out of 42.8. Mark Lewinsky, oh yeah, now we're talking. He graded out 41.7. His pass blocking grade, Mark Lewinsky, a 1. Oh yeah. I don't think they're allowed to give negative numbers. I don't think they have negative numbers, but I would have given him a negative number. Yeah. But he was a 1. So basically our center, once again, all according to PFF, right? Our center through our, the right and the right side, pass blocking. One was a 41.7, one was a 25.7, one was a 1. Not good. Not good at all. Then, of course, Daniel Jones, Fair or unfair, he graded out at the worst at 41.6. Now it's kind of, I mean, he obviously threw a bad interception, and there was another one that could have been intercepted. I don't know if he was shell shocked, because sometimes you start then, like you look, that people put these YouTube videos out and hear other people talking and all that stuff. There were times he dropped back the pass, and somebody's like open on the left side, or maybe somebody's open on the right side, whatever. Maybe he just had enough time. Maybe if he looked, there was a couple plays. I forgot, somebody ran past, was it Trevon Diggs? Somebody ran past him, but I don't know if he was shocked. So he's dropping back the pass, because maybe he's going up to the line of scrimmage and he's going like, okay, I'm going to have about a second to throw the ball. Who's going to come open within the first second? Who's coming right over the middle here? Who's going out in the flat, or who's doing something short and quick where I can dump the ball off? So I get the ball. So as soon as I get the ball, I'm looking right here, because Darren Waller's going to run 10 yards and whatever, cut. That's where I'm looking. So he drops back the pass, and he's staring right down the middle, because he's clocking his head. I got about a second, right, before I got 12 Cowboys on me. So I'm looking right here, or I'm looking in the flat for Saquon, whatever. I'm not going to stand there, right? I know I only have about a second. It's of course, this is easy for me to say, what I mean, because you're not there, but is what he might be thinking. I'm not going to have enough time to hope the guy comes down. I'm going to get killed, so I'm going to try to get the ball off real fast, right? So maybe just being shell shocked, that might be the reasons why he's not looking down the field. Who knows? But I mean, there were times there were some guys open wide. He had that horrible interception. It was another one that could have been picked off. A lot of things, But also, some of it, the guy could have, stood in the pocket for more than like a half a second. Maybe he could have done something. But PFF graded Daniel Jones is the worst on offense. The pre-Dable Daniel Jones, yeah, oh yeah. He used to say we got a lot of problems here. Oh my goodness, we sure do. Oh yeah, we got a lot of problems. All right, on defense, well, it was Sexy Dexy, right? He was in there for 37 snaps on defense. He was number one, 82.1. Micah McFadden, not too bad, not too shabby, yeah, right? He was in there for 43 snaps, graded out of 76.2. Xavier McKinney, he was in there for 58 snaps, which I think was every snap. I think that's all the snaps that the Cowboys had. He was graded out of 75.8. Jordan Riley, all right, my man, pots and pans, 17 snaps. He graded out of 74.2. Bobby Okereke was in there for every snap, 58 snaps, 72.1. Deonte Banks was in there for 25 snaps, graded out of 67. And of course, he only played so many because he was cramping up. He didn't even come out, I don't think, in the second half at all. Darnay Holmes was in there for 4 snaps, graded out of 64.3. Kayvon, 42 snaps, graded out of 61.6. Isaiah Simmons was 15 snaps, graded at 58.9. Nick McLeod, 19 snaps, graded out of 56.9. Leonard Williams was in there for 32 snaps, 56.5. Azeez Ojulari was in there for 32 snaps, 55.6. Dane Belton was in there at 6 snaps at safety, 54.6. Boogie Basham, 15 snaps on the edge, 52.7. Trey Hawkins III, 51 snaps, at 51.9. His run defense was good, at 71.3. His tackling was good at 78.7. Well, just according to PFF, his pass coverage grade for Trey Hawkins was a 44.7, but his run defense and tackling was good. Gotta like to see that. I'll tell you what, our tackling grades, according to PFF, that's all I'm going by, were very good. We had some very good tackling grades. Raheem Nunez-Rochez, or Nacho, was in there for 27 snaps, graded out of 48.6. Ashawn Robinson was in there for 20 snaps, 45.4. Jason Pinnock was in there for every snap at 58 of them, graded out of 43. Jihad Ward was in there for 26 snaps, graded out of 41.1. And Adoree Jackson, he had that one long pass play he gave up. He graded out of 40.6. Once again, his run defense was good. Adoree Jackson, his run defense was 68.9. His tackling was a 77.5. His coverage grade was a 32.9 because let's say what he gave up here. He had 7 targets. He gave up 5 receptions for 71.4%. He gave up 84 receiving yards. He gave up 38 yak yards. So he gave up a 49, obviously the 49-yarder. So, but that was, I think he got he didn't get picked off, but he got, it was like a, rub route or whatever you want to call it. And he just, I guess, took the wrong route, the wrong route to the ball or to the receiver and everything. So that's what, but he said that was his fault. But so, the defense overall wasn't too bad. Having our most effective defensive player on the news is also a big problem. Having our most effective player. Yeah, well, because you look at the nice thing that the Cowboys got is that, you look at Micah Parsons, obviously the dude's a freak, right? They put that guy anywhere. You don't know where, or he can line up here, but he can be coming from over here, they can line him up anywhere. He can come anywhere. It's really, they have a nice luxury there. And actually, they can kind of thank us for it because instead of us trading back, it is what it is, and you got to take it for what it is. But we could have had them, but instead of trading back, we traded back with the Bears. But it is what it is. All right, now PFF, of course, the overall grade for the team overall grade, the Giants. Once again, this is the first game, small sample size, 16 more games to go also. But as of right now, the Giants are in last place, according to PFF. Their overall team grade was a 45.6. No other team is in the 40s, just the Giants, 45.6 overall team grade. Offensive grade, let's see here. Miami Dolphins are in first place with a 90.1. And the Giants, are they in last place here? Yep, last place, 44.5. Oh, yeah. It looks like the Giants might be in last place for passing. Let's see. The Dolphins are number 1, 92.8. Passing. The Giants last place. Nope, Carolina is. 36.3. The Giants are 31st place, according to PFF, a grade of a 44. Pass blocking. Here you go. Let's see here. Green Bay. Damn, 85.3. Well, they did afford Jordan Love. Jordan Love did well, but he did have some good protection there, too. He had some good protection. If Daniel Jones had the protection that Jordan Love had, things might have been a little bit different Monday night. May not have won the game, but things might have been a little bit different because, sometimes it's amazing. Quarterbacks drop back the pass and they're standing there and they're looking. I got to move a little bit of this, that, and the other thing, and they're looking, and then they find their receiver, And then you look at the Giants. Daniel Jones drops back the pass, and as he's getting the ball is being snapped. As the ball is hitting his hand, there's like 7 Cowboys in the backfield already. It's just simply freaking amazing. And it's been like that for however many years now. Just simply amazing. So the Giants pass blocking. Actually, the Steelers were worse. The Steelers pass blocking is a 31. The Giants are 35.4 as a team. This is just as a the just after the first game. Receiving, Miami Dolphins 84.7. Of course, it helps if you have Waddle and Tyreek Hill, right? Let's see here. The Giants are last, 45.4. The run. The Giants aren't last in the run. The Chargers are first, 83.6. The Giants are 20th. There you go. All right. Giants are 20th, 59.3. Run blocking. This shouldn't be too bad. The Jets were first, 77.9. And the Giants were 16th. There you go, 59.2. Defense shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad. The 49ers are first, 88.2. And let's see here. The defense, the Giants defense. Cowboys are second, 87.7. Their defense are great. The Giants, really that bad? The Giants are 28th. Wow. Whew, okay. 58.4 overall. Now here, the run defense. Let's see here. Run defense. The Giants are 58.4. Now the tackling. Run defense. The Colts were first. They even lost the game. And they were first. Their run defense. They lost Bobby Okereke and they lost the game. And they're still, the run defense is the best. I mean, just according to last week, that's all. Tackling. The Giants. Second. Yes, second. 86.1. The Buccaneers are number one, 89.1. 89.9. But the Giants are second, according to PFF, is tackling, 86.1. Now, can you imagine if they had a bad tackling day? Holy cow. Hyping up those zero linemen with the guys around him, like Thibodeau doing nothing is a major. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is that, what you want. I mean, is that, you put him in the middle and you got to take up a couple of guys, that there should be one-on-one on the outside. I know a lot of people are talking about, who are you going to double team? You're going to double team Azeez. You're going to double team Leonard Williams. You're going to double team Sexy Dex. You're going to double team Kayvon. Who are you going to double team, right? Really didn't need to, worry about that too much. I mean, especially because like that, one of their tackles was out, and Tyron Smith was a little dinged up. And we still couldn't get any sacks. We had our starters in there, and we were a freaking turnstile. They had their own one offensive tackle was out, the other one was a little dinged up, and we still couldn't get any pressure. Man, pass rush. Here we go. Let's see. Pass rush, defense, pass rush. Yeah, the Steelers. They got blown out. Yeah, 90. They graded out at a 90. Yeah. Well, they got some. They got some pressure on Purdy. I don't remember them being that. I mean, how'd they lose 30-7? They got all that pressure on Purdy. But it was the Cowboys are in second. The Cowboys pass rushing grade 87.9. The Giants pass rushing grade. Once again, here, according to PFF, that's all I'm going by. Yeah, they were 28th overall, 58.1. Didn't get it, not one sack. All right, coverage, pass coverage grade. The Giants are 28th, 55.7. And special teams, yeah, this shouldn't be very high. Let's say the Cowboys are in second. Oh, the Cowboys are actually tied for first, 90.6. A block field goal and return it back for a touchdown certainly helps. The Giants are at number 29, 51.9. Absolutely freaking atrocious. Complimentary football. Nope. Yeah. I mean, it all starts up front. I mean, if you can't do nothing up front, some guys, obviously some quarterbacks, are so iron-willed and stuff. They'll just stand in the pocket and, maybe waiting for the guy to come open down the field. And if I get clubbed in the head and I get knocked or whatever, okay. But other guys, maybe a little shell-shocked or something, whatever, or they're going up to the line of scrimmage like, the last 20 pass attempts, I've either been sacked or I've been knocked to the ground. So this is the 21st one. So what's going to happen on this one here? Well, the last 20, I got either knocked to the ground or sacked. So what's going to happen on the 21st one? Let me think. What's going to happen? I'm either going to get sacked or I'm going to get knocked to the ground. So instead of, so I know I got Hyatt there. I got Slayton down there, but I'm only going to have about half a second to throw this football. So, Yeah, Sunday night reminded me of the one of the worst losses. Oh yeah. Well, I saw the 42-0 loss to the Raiders in 1973. The first time we ever played the Raiders. We played like we didn't want to piss them off. That's why that's how it was. I remember Norm Snead. I don't know if it was a pick six he threw or not, but I mean it was just we played because we didn't want to make them mad. You know, we didn't make them mad. We made them happy. We lost 42-0. I mean, that was pretty bad. I mean, that was one of the worst ones I've seen. I mean, without going too crazy into thinking. But I think the Raider 42-0 loss was that was in 73 was like one of the worst ones. I said without really, you know, going hog wild crazy. You know, we lost real. It was a 50. I mean, the Rams put a 50 burger on us before, but we scored some points in that game. You know, here it was 40-0. The Oakland Raider game was 42-0. You know, I do think that Dale and Shane can fix this. Well, I mean, you know, it's going to be interesting to see like what will go on with Shane. Is that, you know, because it's just one game, you know, but you know, you see all as you know, because I tell you what, I mean, let me pull this up here once again. Because I get. Let's see here, New York Giants. I know where they're playing. I just don't want to get them out of order and stuff like that. I mean, you know, if you start looking, right? You know, I mean, the Bills. I mean, but we're going to be playing in Buffalo, right? Josh Allen's a turnover machine, but once again, it's going to be a tough game. Then we got to play the Jets also. Then we got to put the Commanders in there, right? I mean, the Commanders are going to come in and give us a tough game. But you know, I mean, I said we got the Cardinals. But I said we got the 49ers, then you got the Seahawks. With the Seahawks, you know, the Rams went in there and beat up on them. I mean, the Seahawks, like in the second half, I mean, they were like, man, nothing. I mean, they didn't look good at all. But I mean, the Dolphins, I said the Bills, you know, and the Jets. You know, so we got a bunch of, you know, tough games early on. I said, and that can't never overlook the Commanders. I don't care who the quarterback is. No, that's going to always be a tough game. So they got enough good defense to keep themselves in the game, you know. But I'm saying this Cardinal game coming up is, you know, is huge. Because if you go 0-2, if you lose to the Cardinals, right, you're staring 0-3 right in the face, right, against the 49ers. 0-3. Now, you know, I'm not hoping. And then we got the Seahawks and the Dolphins. And the Dolphins were just walking up and down the field against the Chargers. Not that the Chargers have the greatest defense in the world, but I mean, you know, with Tua, with Tyreek Hill, he was crazy. He was crazy. You know, I mean, the passing game they got is just phenomenal. You know, and after the Dolphins, we got the Bills. So I mean, man, if we lose here, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, I mean, we could be looking at like if we lose to the Cardinals, we could be looking at like 1-5. Or something like that. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see because it'd be like a telltale, like what's I can't recall a game prior to Ray Perkins. But you know, it's also gonna be like kind of interesting, you know, what Shane's kind of thinking because I mean, you know, obviously you only got so many seasons. You know, you do the draft and. The free agency, and then you got the training camp, and you bring these guys in, and you coach them up, and all this stuff. So you do all of this stuff to get ready for this season. You know, is there a point in time, you know, where you know, is Shane, you know, going to be, you know, going to hold, meaning, you know, if we're doing not too good, sorry. Meaning, like, you know, we're not bringing back Leonard Williams, so I'm not doing nothing with his contract. We're not bringing back Adoree Jackson. Sorry, not doing nothing with his contract. Meaning, sorry, I'm not going out and trading away a first round pick for next year to bring this guy in. I'm not trading that way, or I'm not. This guy's going to be free of something. I'm not doing. The free agent who might be available for $6 or $7, $8 million. I'm sorry, I'm not touching Leonard Williams' contract, or I'm not. Because we're not keeping him. I don't want to kick any more money down the road. So it'd be interesting to see if he says, sorry, this season's pretty much screwed. Is he going to hold, or, is he going to be like, okay, I mean, I don't want this season to be a total freaking loss. Let me see if I can make a couple moves. Let me see if I can trade our first round pick for next year and get this, get this tackle in here. Or let me see if I can trade our second round pick for that, whatever, and get someone. Let me kick some money down the road. We're not going to sign Leonard Williams, but let's redo his contract. Let's kick $10 million or whatever down the road. So now we free up $10 million in cap space so we can get this free agent. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's Shane waves the white flag. Okay, I can't. We got to start doing something here. Does he start making any moves, or does he stay put? Because at the trade deadline last year, we were kind of hoping he'd make a trade or